there from Juniku. 3-punch, 4-punch, 5-punch combination from the Aussie. Catch and counts up.
Oh, combination landed by Hogshead right there.
Hand right, looping left, overhand right again from Alba. Step up, uppercut elbow. Knees on the inside now from Alba, maybe to the...
Alma Juniku, known in the fighting world as a beauty and a beast, is a fighter who demands attention. Stunningly beautiful yet incredibly deadly in the ring, Alma has earned a reputation as one of the most exciting striking talents in combat sports today. Fans often call her the hottest version of Dakota Ditcheva. Some even jokingly refer to her as Dakota 2.0.
At 18, Alma Juniku is already a 2-time world champion. But tonight she has the chance to get the big one. The chance to make history.
And yes, you heard that right. Alma Juniku is not just a pretty face. She is a pure striking beast with a professional record of 24 wins and 5 losses. An impressive feat considering the level of competition she has faced. What makes her truly dangerous is that many of these wins came via knockout, demonstrating not just skill, but finishing ability.
Really land particular.
That's heavy for JT.
A little bit forward. He's going to get scored or get on the...
Saying one jab isn't going to do it.
5 seconds or so as well.
Today, we're going to dive deep into Alma's fighting style, her journey to becoming a world champion, and analyze whether she has what it takes to match or even surpass Dakota Ditcheva in the striking realm. Can Alma Juniku really become the next Dakota? Could she even beat Dakota and earn the unofficial title of Dakota 2.0? Let's break it all down.
I only really started becoming professional at age 17. I was stepping up fighting adults fully non-padded. I had my first victory against an adult at 16. Ever since there, I knew I could take it further. I was pretty excited to step up and fight the best in that division.
Alma Juniku's journey to combat sports excellence began at a very young age. Born and raised in Logan City, a suburb of Brisbane, Australia, she grew up in a family that faced challenges but valued hard work, resilience, and dedication. Her parents had emigrated from Albania and Kosovar, arriving in Australia with little but the hope of providing a better life for their children. Alma has spoken about how this upbringing shaped her work ethic and mental toughness. Growing up in a neighborhood that could be tough at times, she learned early on to stand her ground and never back down from challenges, traits that would serve her well inside the ring.
You don't want to just show the side where you're always serious in training. I feel like you got to have that little bit of different side to you that people don't know. It's more interesting. I can balance both sides. I like to have fun still and enjoy myself. I sort of combine both. I've had a lot of criticism from a lot of people, especially for looking pretty or posing and stuff like that, but it doesn't really faze me.
Although Alma initially showed promise in soccer, her path changed when a neighborhood friend introduced her to Muay Thai at the age of 8. It didn't take long for Alma to fall in love with the sport. She immediately dedicated herself to training, practicing alongside her siblings at Modern Warrior Muay Thai, the gym that would become her second home. Alma's brother Andy was the first to start, and her older sister Amanda soon followed. Alma was the youngest, but she wasted no time stepping into the competitive scene, starting fights by the age of 9. Training alongside her siblings gave her a unique support system, motivating her and keeping her accountable. The trio often pushed each other in the gym, sparring hard and building the kind of resilience that only comes from facing tough competition early. Alma credits this dynamic with helping her develop the skills and confidence needed to compete at the highest level.
Straight up the middle. Get out there, lock on. Good elbow.
Despite facing initial resistance from her parents, especially her father who had hoped Alma and her siblings would pursue soccer professionally, Alma's dedication and early success gradually won them over. Her parents, while cautious about injuries, supported her by providing what little they could for her training, showing the kind of sacrifices that are often behind the making of champions. Alma's upbringing taught her to value hard work, discipline, and persistence, qualities that have carried her through an extraordinary career.
As a young fighter, it's very, very hard, especially when you've achieved so much and then people want a piece of you. It's easy to get your head in the clouds and keep it up there. It's our job as coaches and as mentors to bring them back down to earth. This fight's super important for her to win. in terms of getting back on top to challenge for either the Muay Thai or the kickboxing title, we need to really take this fight and win it.
Getting a win on the One Championship will mean the world to me, but beating, the current kickboxing champion, I'll be stoked. I definitely want to step up to the next ranking and get the title.
By the time she turned 18, Alma had already made a name for herself in the Muay Thai world. She claimed the WBC and IPCC Muay Thai world titles, demonstrating her ability to dominate opponents on the international stage. Alma's striking style is aggressive, explosive, and precise. She is known for her devastating body shots, powerful knees, and an uncanny ability to finish fights before the final bell. Watching her in action, it is clear why she has earned the moniker, a beauty and a beast. Her fights are not only a showcase of technical skill, but also of raw power and determination. Fans are drawn to her not just for her looks, but for the thrill of watching a fighter who can end a bout at any moment.
WBC is a pretty high belt, so I was a little bit nervous, there was a little bit of pressure, but I was excited and just wanted to get the green strap.
She took it with both hands and went, okay, let's do it. I'm very proud of her.
Alma's record of 24-5 speaks volumes about her consistency and experience. Unlike Dakota Ditcheva, who has an undefeated 15-0 record in MMA, Alma has faced more fights and more diverse competition, giving her experience in high-pressure situations that are invaluable for a fighter. The majority of her wins have come via knockouts, underlining her ability to finish fights decisively. This finishing instinct is something that sets Alma apart. She doesn't just win on points, she dominates and ensures her opponents know they have been in a battle. This mirrors Dakota Ditcheva's style in MMA, where she has racked up multiple TKO and knockout victories, often targeting the body to systematically break down her opponents.
I'll be stoked. I definitely want to step up to the next ranking and get the title. I've got to remind myself, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and I want to make a career out of it. And I have help and support from siblings and family.
Two incredible athletes, really peaking in their powers.
In terms of style, Alma Juniku is a striker first and foremost. She thrives in the stand-up game, combining speed, accuracy, and power to overwhelm opponents. Her body kicks and punches are executed with precision, and she has a knack for finding openings that other fighters might miss. Alma's fights often display a perfect blend of technical skill and aggression, keeping her opponents under constant pressure. Her fight IQ allows her to read situations, adapt in the moment, and capitalize on mistakes, making her a formidable opponent for anyone in the striking realm.
And you've got to be able to find that within yourself. And at the moment, they're both searching for that, let's face it. There's a dark place where a person has to go to say, look, it goes beyond sport, it goes beyond stamina, it goes into the depths of your soul. And at the moment, these girls have got to find it, and it's going to be in this round where we'll see who wants it most. It's a very close fight, an interesting fight, and I've got nothing but respect for both girls, but we'll see. We're going into round number 5, Gab. No, I'm only joking, Birmingham people. Here's some of the action then, Gab.
Yeah, you can see there, look, the distance there. Brady's right on us straight away. Doesn't give her a chance to work at all. Just throwing anything at her at the moment. Again, those kicks landing. There's no power in them at all because she's bouncing.
But look at that beautiful balance. She's got all the technique, but I don't know whether it's a little bit of stamina is just a little bit of an issue. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring, Hannah.
Well, making her way to the ring then is the Cat Fun Tip Fen Fatal, Hannah Brady. Cat Fun Tip, very strong, pure Muay Thai technique, trained by Cat Fun Tip. Maria Chu, Maria Cat Fun Tip should say. And Cat Fun Tip as well. Simon Chu, it's a family affair. Hannah Brady is very, very strong, comes forward, means business, we'll see.
Dakota Ditcheva versus Hannah Brady, Muay Thai, late 2018. This was the night Dakota Ditcheva faced disaster. Her opponent came in with a 10-2 record, not a prospect, not a stepping stone. And before the fight even began, she crossed a line no one ever had before.
And I'll knock her mother out too after I'm done with her. I will knock this dumb bitch out. And I'll knock her mother out too after I'm done with her. Dakota, I'm coming for you. Be ready, you dyke.
Starts to melt the Scottish fighter and lands 2 big right hands. Woohoo!
makes quick work of player ranking, and look at the work to celebrate.
She disrespected Dakota's mother, saying, "After Dakota, I'm coming for her mother." She promised to break Dakota. She promised to make her cry in the ring. This was the first time Dakota Ditcheva faced a real fighter after her loss to Amy Perney. And the result? No winner. Yes, you heard that right. The fight ended in a split decision draw.
In the red corner, Dakota Ditcheva!
Here's the stats then. 13 fights, 12 wins and 1 loss for Ditcheva. 15 fights, 10 wins, 4 losses.
Late 2018 was a pivotal moment in Dakota Ditcheva's early career. Coming off a tough loss to Amy Perney, Dakota was facing questions about her abilities, her resilience, and her readiness to compete at the highest levels. That loss had shaken her confidence, and the fight against Hannah Brady was supposed to be her opportunity to prove herself, to regain momentum. Instead, she stepped into a storm. Brady was not only experienced and technically proficient, but she also brought a level of psychological warfare that Dakota had never encountered. The disrespect and threats aimed at her and her family added a personal edge that intensified the stakes. This fight was no longer just about Muay Thai. It had become a test of character, heart, and mental toughness.
Hannah Brady, fight out Cape on tip. I think my fight record is 23 fights, 16 wins, like three or four knockouts. Like saying on paper, I can't remember exactly. I don't give up, and I think I've put a bit of pressure, so I'm kind of a bit annoying. That's probably the good character. Yeah, I don't give up basically, and I'm not scared of anyone or to fight anybody.
Hannah Brady came into the fight as a seasoned professional with a 10-2 record. She was the kind of fighter who thrived in pressure situations, using clinches and forward aggression to wear down opponents. Her style was brutal yet effective, combining relentless physicality with a clear game plan to frustrate more technical opponents. For Dakota, this was a stark contrast to the fighter she had faced before, including Amy Perney. Brady was experienced enough to neutralize Dakota's sharp striking, to disrupt her rhythm, and to push her to her limits both mentally and physically. The combination of skill, aggression, and psychological manipulation made this fight the most dangerous challenge Dakota had faced in her young career.
Yeah. Straight away. She's not waiting. She's not taken a step backwards once during this entire fight.
I don't think Ditcheva's getting hurt at all.
From the opening bell, the difference between the two fighters was apparent. Brady charged forward immediately, closing distance and forcing clinches. She was uninterested in long-range exchanges or traditional scoring techniques. Instead, she used her strength to smother Dakota, pressing her against the ropes and leaning into her to sap energy and patience. Dakota, meanwhile, attempted to employ her typical strategy: precise kicks, counters, and movement. She landed cleaner shots when space was available, but Brady's relentless approach limited her effectiveness. For the first time since her loss to Amy Perney, Dakota was being tested in a situation where her usual dominance was neutralized. This was survival Muay Thai in its purest form.
And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She's a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 126 pounds and holds a professional record of 5 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, Dakota Ditcheva.
Very comfortable.
Switches back.
That
sounds sweet.
As the rounds progressed, the clash of styles became more pronounced. Dakota Ditcheva represented technical mastery, long-range striking, timing, and calculated counters. Hannah Brady represented relentless pressure, clinch-heavy control, physical strength, and constant disruption. Every time Dakota found an opening, she landed sharp and impactful strikes. But Brady refused to allow her room to breathe, tying her up and slowing the pace. It was an ugly fight by conventional standards, but it was effective. The beauty of Dakota's technique was constantly challenged by the pragmatism of Brady's forward pressure. This style clash made the fight intense, unpredictable, and mentally exhausting for Dakota.
As Ditcheva's got more fatigue, Gavin, she's scored better.
Yes, yeah.
You know, because she can't move as much, so she stays in distance and has to throw technique. But she has got an abundance of...
She stopped thinking as much as well. Yeah. She's kind of just got a remote control a little bit the last couple of rounds, and she's looked better. Even though fatigued, she's looked better.
Yeah, Brady, who my first time on watching Brady, but I have heard about her, that she's a clinch monster. A bit like Latin Swan. Who's coming forward and just trying for knee for knee.
Adding to the difficulty was the emotional factor. Brady's words and threats had rattled Dakota, introducing an element of personal conflict that no opponent before had managed to exploit. For the first time in her career, Dakota showed visible emotion in the ring. She wasn't panicking, but the pressure and disrespect were clear. The combination of physical challenge, the lingering psychological effect of her previous loss, and the emotional attacks from Brady made this fight one of the toughest moments in her career. Fans watching could see that Dakota was human, vulnerable yet resilient. By rounds 4 and 5, exhaustion became a major factor for both fighters. Brady maintained her forward pressure, continuing to force clinches and smother Dakota, hoping to control the pace and win by disruption. Dakota, despite being visibly drained, continued to land cleaner and more powerful strikes whenever space allowed. The difference in approach was evident. Dakota fought to assert control and win, while Brady fought to survive, frustrate, and disrupt. The battle became a contest of endurance as much as skill, with both fighters giving everything they had. When the final bell rang, neither fighter was sure of the outcome. Both raised their hands in uncertainty, reflecting the chaotic and contested nature of the bout. The judges rendered a split decision draw, leaving the result officially undecided. For Dakota, this was an emotionally complex moment. On paper, a draw is not a loss, but in context, coming off her defeat by Amy Perney and having been emotionally and physically challenged throughout the fight, it felt heavier than a mere tie. The fight exposed weaknesses and taught lessons that would prove invaluable for her future career.
Mona Kimura, that's where it's at. The real-life Chun-Li. I covered her 2 weeks ago. As a quick recap, she only uses her legs. Almost. She uses her kick as a jab, but she's a trained boxer too. Trained boxing her whole life. Trained karate her whole life. She's fit. Great. And she completely annihilated her first 2 opponents.
Exploding across social media, with millions of views in only a few days, a 23-year-old kickboxing sensation from Japan has everyone talking. Fans worldwide are now debating one big thing. Could Mona Kimura be on the verge of overtaking Dakota Ditcheva as the biggest name in women's combat sports?
This is the most disrespectful domination I've ever seen in kickboxing. These fighters train years to master complex combinations. But Mona Kimura said, "Nah, I'm good," and picked one move from Taekwondo. This cut kick became her square button, and she was not letting go. Look at her opponent's face. She's already shook. Step in, eat a kick. Throw hands, eat a kick. Breathe wrong, believe it or not, eat a kick. Then she got really disrespectful, dropped her and pointed. Back to back to back to back. She's not even trying to hide it anymore. At this point, just take the L and go home. Mona really said, why learn 100 moves when one move does the trick? Real-life Chun-Li just broke the game.
On one side, you have the real-life Chun-Li, a fighter with only 3 professional fights, who's racking up 10, 20, even 50 million views on social media. On the other side, you have an undefeated champion with a perfect 15-0 record, who just won $1 million.
Found the real Chun-Li.
Yeah,
One-button melee is taking the fight game by storm. Shorty only throw punches to confuse her opponent.
Yeah. Get that?
Heard you like feet. Shorty must have practiced the same kick 10,000 times. Her opponent never sees it coming. Want to see what my shoes smell like? It's as if she's trying to remove a bunion with her opponent's face. Shorty didn't have a counter the entire fight. It's like taking on your younger sibling who don't know the controls yet. Look at the balance. Legs stay in the air, but Shorty never lose technique. Her opponent tasted more feet than Quentin Tarantino. Oh, she finally getting mad. Put her hands on Shorty.
So what's really going on here? Is Mona Kimura actually the next big thing?